Yeah. Shit, I've been writing shit on the motherfucking highway, on the motherfucking steering wheel. Nigga, I gotta get it out when it comes to me, nigga.
You're supposed to.
Alright. What's happening, everybody? I'm Vern J. 1617 from Lattaf. Solo artist as well, representing Annapolis. Lattaf, for those that don't know, stands for Lyrically Addicted to the Art Form. I've been doing this for a minute. You know, and I love this shit. Shout out to Annapolis, shout out to all the artists, shout out to all the young cats out there that's really doing it. You know what I mean? That got this, because I felt like it was almost a drought for a couple years, and then now, just a few years back, a couple of the young cats just started sprouting out of everywhere, man. So that's good. That's real good. You know what I'm saying? I think it makes the scene that much better. I think the lyrics for these dudes and the things that they start to spit is making other dudes step up their game. I come from an era where, you know, mic skills is what the fuck it's supposed to be. And if you wasn't dope on the mic as far as lyrics, then you wasn't getting no play, you wasn't getting no respect. But obviously the game has changed. But however, that's the code I still live by, and shout out to the people who really respect their craft up to this point. You know? So, Annapolis Hip Hop Awards is on the 13th of March? 14th of March. Come through. It's gonna be a dope thing. It's good for the city. It's a lot of riff and pushback. But shit, they push back on Malcolm and Mark. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so you know, if overall the idea is good, man. Let's come together and do this. You know, I shout out to the artists that supporting other artists, because at one point, man, I think niggas was just too cool to even give a nigga props on shit, because they felt like they shit was better. My shit was more John Blaze than that. Fuck that, man. Give niggas love, man. There's only a handful of us. I live in Baltimore City in the hip hop scene. There's so many more rappers there, and they supporting each other up there. I mean, there's still crabs up there too, but we can't afford to have crabs down here pulling each other down. There's only a handful of them. We need to put this shit on the map, man. When somebody say, yo, you know so and so from Annapolis too, and you out of town, you supposed to say, yeah, that's my nigga. You got to do it. So
How you feel about the state of hip hop in general?
I think it's moving to a good, and also the good. Shout out to the vets and the old heads, such as myself. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no damn. Believe that.
Yes, so and you know, a lot of people are kind of surprised about how many people are into hip hop from Annapolis, or how serious Annapolis takes hip hop, or the people that are into it. So, can you speak on, what you know of hip hop from Annapolis, or, what you experienced coming up, and, when you started and how you got into it?
Well, I started, man, I started when I was a youngin' doing shit with all the older cats anyway. So I started writing and recording when I was I started writing when I was 12, and I started recording my first song when I was 13. And that was 92, 91, 93, somewhere around there. But one of them jumps, but I'm saying back then it was and it wasn't the cats I know that was doing it then was shout out to Jizz, Poos, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Poos too. Hope you get that lifetime achievement. You deserve it. Plus you still doing shit. Much love and respect to you, player. But those some of the cats that was, 3 Go Hard, 3 Go Solo, what was that, Smoking the Blunt Crew,
STBC.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All them cats. And then you had people such as myself who was we was called Future Funk, being my nigga Twan. Shout out to Best Gate, and we was the ones kind of doing it and making noise, you know what I mean? Just and then we formulated and later on in the 90s, I got out with a crew called Lattaf.
We're gonna be out here. We're gonna walk the streets. You know, the streets is out here. Things happen in the streets though, and how do you feel about people's lyrics actually becoming real life? Basically, I say the situation.
I think right now, man, it's a society of how you say art imitates life. Yeah. But it goes beyond that now. It's art imitates life, imitates art. Because some people just their art is a reflection of what their life is. And shout out to the people who do music and do that. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people who spitting that real, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like Pimp C. He wasn't the best lyricist, But I love that nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Plus he rapped. There was so much conviction. I had no choice but to feel him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he spoke to my heart. You know. But then you got people who don't do that. But you got people who just writing that way just because it's something to write about. Cause and what I don't like is when I hear certain artists, man, you can kind of hear. You can hear them and listen to who their favorite artist is. Oh, you can tell he listen to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Or you can tell he listened to whomever.
Like Drake copying Wayne.
Yeah. Or Wayne copying Drake. You know what I'm saying?
One of the two.
One of the two. Cause I mean, Wayne ain't rap like he rapped until he got with Drake. He's rapping a little different when he's with.
Well, I wanted to intersect real quick. How do you feel about ghostwriters in hip hop? Because it's something not talked about a lot. Just because
I think it's dope, man. I mean, shout out to the ghostwriters. Like for instance, it's people out here ghostwriting. You'll never know them. You'll never know them. You may, but that's why they call them ghostwriters.
But how does it take away from the artist who's getting ghostwritten for? This awards, was put together to bring the city together, to shine light on the city, and to shine light on the talent that's coming out of the city and the potential, for success from the city. So I was thinking back a couple years back. I know a show that I was there, and I know you performed at down O'Brien's.
Mm-hmm.
And back then that was a hip hop show.
Yeah. Oh, we had fun at O'Brien's, man. We might have been the last hip hop act at O'Brien's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you for one know the struggle of being an artist and having no venues.
Yeah, man.
To go to and having really nowhere to express yourself, and how hard it was to book a show. So years have passed, and now you're doing your own shows. You're setting up your own showcases. So where would you like to see Annapolis hip hop, the scene, be in the future, like a year or even 5 years or whatever?
Well, I want to see artists support more artists at a show, and I want to see artists who come and represent a crew, bring their whole crew out. If you represent a set and you represent it so hard, and then you have a show and it's only you and that person on stage and your whole crew ain't there. You know what I mean? To me, and I don't know if they promoting it right or they say don't come or whatever. It's small, lightweight, but I mean, move as a unit, move as a crew. You know what I mean? To do that, I just think it ain't a lot of venues in the city of Annapolis to begin with. You only got the Whiskey, and I'll say, courtesy of you and myself doing these things at that venue would open up the doors to do a lot of other hip hop shows there. Whether or not people want to accept it, that's the truth of the matter, man. You know what I'm saying? We blaze that motherfucking trail for shit to happen there. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, ain't no hip hop happening on the weekends. I remember when we used to book me and my Crooked Society crew, the Surfside 7. We had rap battles and everything there some years back. You know what I'm saying? People used to look forward to that weekly. Shit happened. Niggas got to fight. People got to busting off in the parking lot. You know how that go. Yeah. And that changes owners in addition to that. People. And when people got shows, man, bring people out. Everybody pushing this shit on the internet. But look, it makes a huge difference when somebody willing to pay to see you perform, even though they see you every day. You know what I mean? Ain't too many artists I know can pack a room. I don't care how dope you are. Ain't too many artists I know can still, book a show in their hometown and pack the room. Excuse me, how many times has that happened? Who are you and how have you done it? Me, I've done it. Vern J Day 1 through 3, and I'm working on 4. You know what I'm saying? All of them would fill to capacity and broke fire code. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good look. You know what I'm saying? And I book artists, and I'm trying to book some more artists. I'm looking at booking new artists who ain't never had the opportunity to perform on stage. Because I was looking at some videos and footage of other niggas on the internet, man, and niggas don't even got the mic control. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basic shit you need to know. When you rapping, everywhere your mouth move, the mic has to move.